look forward also to hearing the member for Cambridge on his points also.
Excuse my eagerness to get on to third reading. The question is the amendment be made. Dr Huppert.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. And I would indeed like to speak briefly to my amendments numbers 6 through 10, which do come through the Joint Committee on Human Rights, which I'm privileged to serve on. And I agree with the honourable member from Delyn, I believe, that the key issue is the independence of the reviewer. And these amendments are intended to strengthen that independence by making sure that they are not a creature of government, but a creature of Parliament. And I think that freedom, they are nominated by government, approved by Parliament, gives them that greater independence. And I think that is a very important point. I think there is also a question about accountability. Who holds the accountability on behalf of the British public in general? Should it be Parliament? Should it be government? Should this reviewer's report go direct to Parliament, or should it be potentially filtered by government? And while I accept that does not generally happen, there is the potential for that to be seen.
Could I just perhaps ask the member to consider that ministers are accountable to Parliament? And I just rose because he used the word filter. When I held the post of Minister for Policing and Terrorism, not once did I ever change a single word of a reviewer's report to Parliament, which was produced ultimately by ministers for this House. And I don't expect any other minister would do so, because the independent reviewer would make play of that, and it would devalue that relationship tremendously.
Indeed, absolutely. I was saying that I didn't believe that had ever happened. I'm grateful for the assurance it never has. And I think that says exactly why this amendment would make sense. If no minister would ever filter it, there is no requirement for it to go through them for the potential filter that we hope wouldn't happen. Now, I would hope that the government would simply agree with this position. I won't labour the point. I doubt somehow that the minister will get up and say that. But can I perhaps raise something with the Minister that I raised at second reading, which might perhaps be a compromise and a way forwards? As the Minister is, of course, aware, there is the new precedent for select committees to approve independent appointments. This was done with the Office of Budget Regulation, I believe, and I hope that it will happen with other bodies as well. Would it perhaps be a helpful way, could the Minister agree that this reviewer could be confirmed by an appropriate select committee in very much a similar way, to ensure that there is that absolute certainty from Parliament as well as government that they will be able to perform their role properly and independently?
Mr Hoban.